Welcome back to the gun dungeon, guys. We've got the Ruger LCP Max Pro out here today. Now, like I said, this is the Pro model. The only thing that I can tell is different from this and a standard LCP Max is this is a Davidson exclusive. It has the red flat face, they call it a flat face trigger, nitride coated slide and barrel, some internal parts are coated, and it does have a stainless steel guide rod. But other than that, it's pretty well the same as the other. Everybody knows this little LCP Max really changed the game for pocket guns when it hit the market. Took the P365 SIG idea with the magazines and put it into the pocket size 380 gun. Now, we'll talk about this one specifically for a little bit. It does come with your 10 round mag. Comes with another spare mag that has the extended floor plate on it. I think that holds 12. I think I've only shoved 11 in it though. But you get another floor plate to swap out if you want to. Comes with your standard lock that nobody ever uses and just a waste of money. And it comes with this little magazine loader, which this is just a little cheapo piece of plastic. I don't really find much use in that either. But it does actually come with a pocket holster. Now, my original LCP 2 came with a pocket holster, and I carried it with it for a little while. I decided I like the Kydex pocket holsters better, so that's what I've carried that gun for years now in. I think it's a JP holster or something like that. Can't remember exactly, but I did carry this holster for a little while with the other one. It's not bad. I just prefer Kydex because I typically carry these guns in like ball shorts, and I prefer something that has a little bit more rigidness to it. But this will work. If this is what you got, it will work. So let's talk about some of the perks first. Really good sights. For a pocket pistol 380, it has a front night sight and then the U-notch rear sight, actually sights that are usable. So I really like that. The LCP 2 had pretty decent sights, much better than the standard LCP or any other of the pocket pistols on the markets, the Kel-Tec, Taurus, whatever. But this is well above all of them. Much better sights. The trigger is fantastic. Feels a lot like the LCP 2. I'm going to keep comparing it to that because that has been the standard for pocket pistols for me for a long time now. I really like that gun. Carried it forever. This one is almost identical to it. A few different things with the frame. It is of course wider because it holds more ammunition. You have the cocking ears on the rear of the slide here. Kind of an HK theme. Smith & Wesson, EZ Shield, whatever. But they're very small, but they are usable. Front serrations, excellent job on the design of this gun. Very shootable for a pocket pistol. Very shootable, and that has a lot to do with the sights and the trigger. Typically, as I said before, pocket pistols have terrible sights, and they generally have terrible triggers as well. This one doesn't. Let's talk about some of the things that I've found so far that I don't like. One, if there's no mag in it, this thing rattles. I hope you can hear that because it sounds like a junk toy. Now, if you put even an empty mag in, that stops. Just that little bit of pressure up on the slide from the follower, and it stops that rattle. That loose slide to frame fit could also be what's causing some of the other problems, which is I haven't had it on this mag. I did get this mag with the weaker spring because of the extended plate. Did fail to lock the slide open a few times, but this one will lock the slide open. It'll lock open, and then I probably won't do it here because I'm not shooting it, but on the last round. And when I go to take the mag out, the mag will stick. It's almost like, there we go. All right, so I released the slide from the slide stop, and now it's the magazine that's holding it. And that happens on the last shot more times than not for me so far. Granted, it may be a break-in issue. I've got 100 rounds exactly through this gun right now, and it's doing that more times than not. I've had it lock open fully on the actual slide stop a couple times, but not, well, That one was done manually and it's still pulled back as hard as I can. Yeah, same thing. Same thing. Not sure what's causing that, but I'm not a fan of it. But it is catching on the mag and not the frame or the slide lock. Don't know. I'll try this mag. Yeah, let's try this one. Extended one. Yeah, that one works fine. So it might be just a mag issue. I don't know. Yeah, that one seems to work. It might just be this magazine, guys. I don't know. Like I said, I've only got 100 rounds through it. So take that for what it is. I may stick the other floor plate, switch them around and see if it's the mag body or if it's a spring issue or whatever. But that's where we're at with it. Like I said, this thing actually, it's not had any failure so far. I have had a couple issues with, I believe it's the flush fit mag again. The round wanting to nosedive on the first, when I first load the magazine in and try to rack the slide. Sometimes I got to give it a couple little racks and then it'll go home. But as far as actually shooting it, no failures so far, no stoppages, no stovepipes, nothing like that. It's ran once it's been going. It's shot well. I have been shooting this Capital cartridges ammunition through it, which is fairly cheap ammunition. It is remanufactured ammunition, but I've ran it in other stuff and not had any problems. So the rounds don't feel underpowered or anything like that. We'll run some of this cheap old PMC Surefire hollow point ammunition through it and see if that has any difference. But I don't imagine it's going to be much different at all, because like I said, that ammunition definitely doesn't feel underpowered by any means. And like I said, I've ran it before. But these do have a big old wide hollow point on them. Probably the widest hollow points that I got, which is why I grabbed them. I generally use XTPs for my 380 loads. I know it's old, outdated technology, but that's what I like to run because that's what I've had the best results in jail with a 380. You get a little bit of expansion, but you still get the penetration. And 380, typically, if you get good expansion, you will get bad penetration, or you will get no expansion and decent penetration. But it seems like this one with the XTP does does okay for both. So I got 10 rounds of this Surefire ammunition loaded up. Let's go ahead and put some shots on target, and then we'll talk about it a little bit more, see how it runs this hollow point. Loaded that one fine. Let's see. Did we slop on the slide stop or the mag? The mag. Today's video is brought to you by Vetter Holsters. I'd like to thank them for helping the channel out. Here's one of the products they sent over for me. This one fits my 365 XL with the red dot on it. You see it's cut for that. Also has the claw feature on it. Keeps that butt tucked in closer to your body. Another example is this holster for the HK VP9. This is their outside the waistband model. Just look at that cool pattern on that. Excellent retention, great products. So if you want to go help them out, which they help me out, so it works out both ways, I'll put a link to their website below. Go check out Vetter Holsters. So there you go, it ran the hollow points, no problem. I fully expected to get that magazine issue with the slide stop, because like I said, it happens more times than not. So luckily it's a high capacity little pocket pistol, because mag changes are going to be a bitch with this thing unless I get that fixed. Or maybe, like I said, maybe it is a magazine issue. Try this extended one again. I don't know, maybe it is a magazine issue and not so much the gun. Probably is, considering that one don't do it. But let's load up that big old Fat Daddy magazine with the extended base on it. Let's run that. We'll load it up fully. Maybe if I can count to remember. 4. Oh, it's a new box. I don't have to count. I can look at the box and see. We'll load this baby up, around a full mag of it. See if it stops on the slide stop itself. There's 10. These springs are stiff. That's 11. Yeah, I'm not getting a no. That's 11. I didn't think I'd got above 11 on that before. All right, let's try these. All right. That's a magazine issue, I'm pretty sure. Well, I believe that's about all I have to say about this thing. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, there's also a link to my Patreon down below. Get videos a little bit earlier there, direct access, talk to me a little bit easier. Some cool features over there behind the scenes, stuff like that. So if you like the content, want to see it a little earlier and support the channel, Patreon's the best way to do that. But I'm going to swap around with these mags, and I'll try to remember to update you guys and see if it is let you know for sure if it was a magazine issue. I'll play around with it, of course. Hopefully by the time this video airs, I will have it figured out and be able to answer the questions in the comments. So till next time, guys, stay tuned.